Got it.
This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena. Still stuck here in Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. But you know what? I'm rocking this beautiful celebratory Christmas Toronto background because I celebrate Toronto. But tonight, here on December the 9th, 2023, I'm celebrating something else. First off, we're always celebrating the memory of the great Roddy Piper. But in addition to that, we're celebrating the House of Heathens. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I have Deimos himself, the powerful Deimos on here again, folks. And I have the absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, and very feisty
Yeah.
Ariel Teal Tombs, Miss Piper herself. Yes, I welcome you both back to the show. I'm happy to have you back.
Thanks for having us.
Always happy to be here.
How many
Yeah.
interviews is this? 3?
It's 3.
That's 3 for you
Yeah,
two together, and I've had you on with Colt.
right. Years ago, man.
Yep. Yeah, that was
More than, yeah.
2017 because I remember your niece was born that day.
I remember that. I was in the middle of it. And I was like, oh.
Yep, that your niece was born that day, and I had you on once solo where you were advertising your music album.
That's right. Wow. It's become like an annual event.
Yeah.
It's part of the holiday season now.
There are people I have on here every year, and there's some people like I had Leanne Curtis from 16 Candles on here back in April, and I didn't know what I was going to talk to her about, and it didn't matter because I knew the moment she opened her mouth, it was just going to roll because she has no filter and it doesn't matter. There's some people I love to have on every year just because, I made a nice connection and I made a nice connection with you two. So I love having you both on here. So,
Thanks, man.
I have no set agenda on tonight's interview. It's just, I want to have you two on here because you're both awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. We try. We try.
Yeah. Have you taken Deimos out caroling yet since it's the Christmas holidays?
Maybe this year. We're actually going home to see my family, which we haven't got to do in a couple years now. So we're going to be in Oregon for Christmas.
Yep.
Which is perfect because I know where to carol.
Yeah, we got to see you two do caroling together.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Goodness.
I don't even know if you know a Christmas song. You're so unmarried.
I don't know Christmas songs.
He does it.
I don't.
I was talking about putting up a tree and he's like, why? We won't even be here. I'm like, for the rest of the month.
Jesus.
It's okay.
I love you.
Don't matter. I don't put a tree up. I leave.
Name one Christmas song.
I actually don't know.
You can't name one?
Jingle Bells.
Ah, there we go. He probably heard it in a mall shopping for shoes.
Yep.
For Jordans.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I leave that all up to Skittles, my cat, and Skittles says whenever he wakes up, he'll do it, and I'm like, yeah, right.
That's so cute.
Nothing goes up here. Nothing goes up here. Yeah. I remember that the Christmas video you put up of your dad and the
12 days.
Yeah,
I love that video. I haven't put it up this year. I try to do it at least once a year. The 12 Days of Christmas. It's Roddy Piper.
Oh my goodness.
Ends in a sleeper hole just for you.
I bet it does.
Who's that poor guy that suffered through all that?
I don't remember. I think he was one of the producers on it. I don't think I met the guy, but I remember him talking about it because my dad loved Christmas, and he was such a cheeseball about family time at Christmas. So like, I think he had extra fun doing that, because it was just him. He was big about Christmas. It was the only time of year he got to see the whole family every year, so he loved it.
Just a second. I was at Frightmare in the Falls this year. I should show you guys something. I was at Frightmare in the Falls. this year. Let me see. I was at Frightmare in the Falls. What do we have?
That
I've
was
got a
fun.
bunch of pictures here.
Were you at Frightmare with the phone?
Were you frightened?
No, but
Guess they dropped the ball.
I got this signed picture.
Oh, nice.
Keith David. To Greg, all the best. Love, Keith David. Quote Frank. And it has your dad on there with him if it can show up. Yeah.
You know, that was actually just in Regal Cinemas for its anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and I took him to go see it because he had never seen it before. So we got to
You
see it in
never
theaters.
seen it?
Not
Never
not
seen
from
it.
beginning to end, no.
So like we got to watch it together in theaters. It was pretty cool. I was like, it's an alien movie. It's great.
It works.
You know what? It played in Toronto as well, but it played the week before I went. So I didn't get this. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen it. If I ever meet John Carpenter, I am going to ask him what it was like to be at WrestleMania 3 because that he was there when your dad put Adrian Adonis to sleep.
I didn't know he was there. That's awesome.
Yeah, well,
it
there's
was.
a commentary
Very cool.
track on the Blu-ray, and it's with your dad and John Carpenter, and they were talking a bit about WrestleMania 3, and I was like,
Oh, that's
wow,
awesome.
to me, that event has never been topped. Like to me, that is a wrestling event. But of course, the event, the talk goes from him and Adonis to talking about the Steamboat Savage match.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that
You
was
bring
a
people to talk about
major.
WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's I once heard it said, they said when you were young your favorite wrestler was Hulk Hogan. When you're an adult they say it's Randy Savage. I kind of understand what they're saying, although I'm an adult and my favorite's Roddy Piper, but
Well, that's good. You got better taste.
yeah.
You
But
actually know what a great wrestler is. The
Great.
best
yeah,
in the world.
Greatest.
To
yeah.
us.
But I found it funny. South Park did a whole thing about
I
the.
know. I love South Park. I know what you're talking
Did you
about.
see the Randy Savage one?
Yes,
They made a
I did. I
point.
showed you a clip of that.
Oh, they the the Me Too movement people there got all pissy about it, but it's like they made a valid point. And
Yeah.
Randy Savage won the strong woman contest.
I just love the promo he was cutting. It was hilarious.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, I love it, you know. But and of course Steamboat's still around and he's now the only one left. I remember the first match I saw your dad in, and that was just before WrestleMania 3. And I remember I told you and Colt this during that interview, a six-man tag elimination match. And the heel team, you had Adrian Adonis, Harley Race, and Randy Savage. And on the face team, you had the Junkyard Dog, Ricky Steamboat, and your dad. Your dad was the sole survivor after beating Randy Savage. So
All
yeah.
right.
So I
Now I want to go
remember.
back and watch that one
Yeah,
again.
it's a good match.
Yep. Yep. You guys seen that one, huh?
Yeah, I haven't watched that one in a while though. I kind of want to go back now. That was a good one.
There you go. There you go. So anyway, that was great. So but yeah, I love the fact if I ever meet John Carpenter, I'm gonna ask him what that was like being at that event.
Yeah,
You know, 'cause what an
must have been a
amazing.
really, really cool time in wrestling to witness in person.
And you were just a little tyke.
I was a wee baby Piper.
You were born in 85, weren't you?
Yeah,
So you were born the year WrestleMania started.
it was a big year for my dad.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. headlining WrestleMania.
Yep. Having his favorite child.
Absolutely.
That's right. You know, I think you guys came along in celebration of him because the year before he blasted Jimmy Snuka with a coconut, so I think he needed to celebrate. So, but anyway, I think it's awesome to see you guys still doing your wrestling. I watch you guys online. I see the posts you guys make. I think it's funny, especially when you had snow and you were like, "It's snowy out, it's
I
snowy
was so excited. I don't remember the last time I saw snow. Like, I don't remember it. So I was very, very excited to see snow. He was not so much because he was like, we got a shitty rental car that is not an SUV that we need to drive for hours in right now. And I was like, who cares? We'll live in the snow. It'll be great. But it was fun. It was fun. Yeah, and actually we should be going to Canada again this year. And when is it? April. We should be going to Calgary, maybe hopefully also Vancouver if we can figure out scheduling.
You want to see snow? Why don't you come here? We got it. We'll
Yeah.
give you some. Save.
I would love to come back up to Toronto or Bushwick,
New Brunswick.
New Brunswick.
New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far away is that from Toronto?
For a plane ride, it's well, they're an hour behind
Okay, so
time
it's a distance.
time zone, so it doesn't take long to fly there. About 2.5 hours or something like that.
Oh, okay. It's
know?
it's a distance. I also someday I'm gonna go to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Someday. I wanna see where my dad grew up.
Yeah.
Your dad grew up?
Yeah.
I don't know.
guess.
I saw pro wrestlers versus zombies. I don't know.
Forgot. I actually haven't seen that movie. I remember him shooting it very well though.
Why haven't you seen? I got here on Blu-ray. I've had Cody Knox, the director, on here a couple times too.
That's funny. I remember he had blast with it. He was like, I don't know about this movie. Like I was like, no, it's gonna be a fun one. You should definitely do it. And he was like, he had a blast. He was like, it was a lot of fun.
Well, it was a great idea for a movie, and all these wrestlers doing wrestling. The Kurt Angle putting the ankle lock on a zombie or just ripping the foot off.
It's amazing.
I think all the wrestlers were like, okay, well, if he's doing it, then I'll do it.
Yep.
And they all just I think they just had fun with it. It's one of those movies where it's just so fun to shoot, and some projects are just make you happy.
Yeah.
So are you going to Calgary to visit Bret Hart? Is that what you're going to Calgary for?
No, there's a wrestling promotion up there that we should be doing some wrestling at in April.
Mm-hmm.
And
But we should message Bret Hart about it.
Yeah, I forgot he was up in Calgary.
Yeah.
We'll probably reach out, but yeah, we're just going back to Canada. I haven't wrestled or done anything on the west coast of Canada yet, so I'm excited. My dad's side of the family later in life spent most of their time in Vancouver, minus my cousin who's in Toronto, so I kind of want to go check out that area again. I haven't been there since I was like a kid.
Oh, so like yesterday.
Basically.
Oh, wow. Well, you know what? Always great to have you two on here, and I'm so I want to say I'm so glad you guys are having a successful marriage. Knock on wood. I want you two to stay together forever.
Aw,
Well, you're gonna get what you want, trust me.
Huh?
Very hard
You're
to
gonna
get
get
rid of.
exactly what you want.
Absolutely.
There's no cure.
There you go. There you go.
No.
Well, back in January, I had your most feared opponent on the show again, Mr. Jerry Swirls. And I stuck up for you. I said, look, the only reason you stuck that umbrella up his ass is that it was during the COVID time, and you were going to open that umbrella up and make sure he was okay.
I know what he likes. What can I say?
Yeah. She read the room.
I read the room. You're
Oh
welcome.
man. I discovered him through you guys. I love
Sorry about
ribbing
that.
on him.
We'll be better next time.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. He's got his own little flushy dolls too. He sleeps with those.
I'm
Well,
sure.
something's got to keep him company.
Keeps them safe at night.
Yeah.
His wrestling won't.
Well, I know he was hiding from Gangrel there when he shot that promo. He's eating the
I love
garlic and
Gangrel.
everything.
Yeah, he was hiding from Gangrel in real life too. So.
But I don't know where I saw the match, but I saw the match where you took on Jerry and the umbrella.
That was fun. It was a fun match. Let's put it that way. We just had an interesting time coming up with shit. And like I said, I knew he'd enjoy that umbrella spot. So
Now, where did that come up on the spot, or was that pre-planned beforehand?
I just knew that I was gonna do something with the umbrella. I didn't really think about it that hard.
Well,
It was there,
Jerry
she
is,
took it.
yeah. So I thought that was a fun match, and I'm waiting for the time when Jerry steps in the ring with Charlotte Flair. We got to see that.
Never.
Never.
Never. You think he's
No.
afraid? Think he'll be afraid of Charlotte?
I don't.
He should be.
Yeah.
He should be. I think he's peaked.
He's peaked.
He's peaked with Teal.
Oh boy! Now he would disagree with that if he were on here.
But he's not because he peaked.
Now,
I don't know. It's pretty tough,
She
and
is pretty tough and busy.
you have to be a tough person to get to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not everyone is tough.
now, do you still have your belt? You better have your belt.
I have a couple belts. We have a wall of belts
She's
now.
the belt collector.
The belt
All
collector.
right. Because
Yeah.
I know last time I had you on here, you were sweating bullets, worried that Geraldine Swirls was going to come and take it.
Nah, it's permanently ours.
He's got sticky fingers, you know?
He
So,
can't buy his belt.
no, that's $1 Million Man territory. We can't,
Exactly.
you can't buy the belt.
Exactly.
Mm.
It's going in our collection box.
There you go.
Next to his hopes and dreams.
So talk about see, I don't have television here, so I only have things set up to watch my Blu-rays. So the only wrestling I see is whatever is online here. So what I want to know is, what was your biggest highlight wrestling this year? Because I have been watching stuff that you guys post, and you guys have had your
For
events.
2023, for sure, for me, my biggest highlight was wrestling on the Rose Garden in Portland, Oregon. For we went out there for AEW, and I got to wrestle in my hometown in front of my family. Got a big pop. You know, it was the first stadium show I've done since the All In pay-per-view, so that was a really cool feeling because my grandparents got to see me wrestle live, and that was really important to me. So I think that by far was the biggest highlight, and it was the first time I've ever come out to my dad's music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was very.
that's
It took the breath
awesome.
out of me. Yeah, it was surreal. It was really cool.
Oh, he would have been proud of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a neat feeling, you know, and the audience was awesome. So yeah, that was by far my highlight of 2023.
Oh, yeah.
And now I got to top it for 2024.
Are you going to hit Tamina Snuka with a coconut?
Oh, yes.
We got to continue that.
Of course. She needs TV time.
There you go. There you go. Now, do you envision yourself going to either WWE or AEW in the future? I know you've been to AEW, but made an appearance. But do you see you guys going there in the future?
Well, I mean, if we didn't, we shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think that it boils down to what's the best opportunity for us.
Hmm.
You know,
But
we've been back and forth with both of them working on different opportunities and deals. So whatever one settles down with what we need the most is where we'll go.
absolutely, I think that we, as entertainers, and we want, and athletes, like, we want to go to where we will fit in best, and we all have like-minded people creatively as to what we want to do, and so we can really shine and just enjoy getting to be a professional wrestler. So, but I could definitely see us at either company.
Yeah.
So, are you guys ready for the road schedule for that? That's one thing I often hear complaints about with wrestlers, especially with WWE, is the schedule.
Well, he's done a lot more of that than I am. He's a little bit more road weary than I am. He's been doing it a lot
I
longer.
did WWE's road schedule for almost a decade, so I get that
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
He's
Oh,
he
wow.
he doesn't even leave the hotel room when he gets a day off in foreign countries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, we were just talking about that. He was telling me about a time he went to Egypt. And I was like, did you see this? Did you see that? He's like, no, the one day off I slept.
Yeah.
you know but I think one of the blessings of working a hard schedule like that is the fact that we get to do it together, so we kind of get to partner up on stuff. One of the hardest things about being on the road is just figuring out the logistics, because you get there after everything closed, you still have to figure out how you're going to work out, you got to figure out how you're going to sleep, where you're going to stay, how you're going to get a rental car, how you're going to diet when there's only shit food open, and that is way harder than people realize. So we kind of like get a system down, and he helps figure out the travel situation, I'll figure out meal preps, so it helps to not do it alone, and to have someone you can trust, especially when you're traveling to crazy fucking places. You know what I mean?
Wow. Oh,
Because
I've never been to, actually, you know what? Um, I just got my passport. I do the conventions with Lisa Langlois. She's a Canadian actress, and I was at Frightmare in the Falls assisting her at her table, and and she got me introduced me to my passport, showed me how to get it done and whatnot, and so I'm hoping to do my first convention in the States uh,
ooh, careful,
next
that's a
year.
dangerous country to go to.
Yeah.
You know
They're all
what?
maniacs up there.
Well, you know what? With the way the government is these days, and I can definitely say it for here.
Oh, it's been a shit show government for so long now. I think it's funny that anybody votes anymore. It's just like they're pick a pile of shit. It's all awful. They're all. It's just
You
this
hear
whole
what?
system needs to be reworked.
Did you hear what our prime minister did? Invited a Nazi into the
You
common.
what?
Invited a Nazi into the common house.
That is amazing. I had not heard that. We'll be googling that later.
You gotta Google that. They didn't know the guy was a Nazi, but the guy got two standing ovations, and it made Trudeau and company look like idiots. It was yeah, yeah,
As it should.
yeah,
Good times.
yeah. I'm not too pleased with our political situation. I hadn't voted for a long time because I just got just like you. What pile of shit, you know?
Mm.
What had happened is I got the job in Toronto, and again, if I can get moved there, it's open for me. But that's been the problem, is finding a place that's not going to cost me an arm and a leg to stay. Um, but I was trying to find a bachelor studio apartment that I could stay in Toronto, and suddenly a thing came up in my feed over the debates between Pierre Poilievre and Justin Trudeau, and on the odd chance we could get some honesty, I'm hoping Pierre Poilievre not only wins, but I hope he comes through on everything he says. Please be honest.
I we all want to hope the best when it comes to politics, but at the end of the day, it's just a bunch of companies with a lot of money running everything, and everyone's kidding themselves if they think that their political party actually cares about anything they're talking about. It's just money, money moving money.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's right now it's like they're trying to push the middle class into lower class, and I'm like, that's a
Yeah,
dangerous thing to do, you know?
it seems like both Canada and the States have been dealing with that same problem, you know?
Yep. Yep. But I know with me, I think Toronto is kind of my scene, especially doing the cons where I do stuff like this. I don't make
Yeah.
money. I don't make money doing this here. I work as a cleaner, so I did an overnight last night, so I get up about an hour before I come on here, you know. But like you guys say, I work 6 days out of the week, so I've been asked when I'm going to do Christmas. I say I'm gonna sleep.
I get that so much.
Yep.
Every time people are like, what do you do for fun? I'm like, I don't. If I
Yeah.
have fun, it's just stress.
Well, I've seen some pictures online of you having fun. I saw a picture of you looking all giddy and delightful at a Tim Hortons cup. Were
And a
you
what?
here having a Tim Hortons?
Yeah, that's right. We were up there doing a signing, and they were like, "You got to go to Jim Hortons. You got to go to Jim Hortons." And we're like, "Well, I'm a big coffee fan. I drink way more coffee than anything else in the world. Let's do it." It was delicious. So it was like really exciting because I've heard so much about it. And then once we had one, the rest of the trip was me getting as much of it as I could get. I was like, "Can we stop at a Jim Hortons on the way?"
Yeah. Well, here they say we don't have our coffee in the morning. We have our Timmy's. That's our Timmy's coffee. Um, it's funny because a guest I have in the UK, they just got a Tim Hortons in the UK, where she's located, and she sent a picture to me of a Tim Hortons on a table that I was like, oh, the UK has gotten wise to Tim Hortons, you know. You, you
They're
guys,
smart to do so. Tim
you
Hortons
get
starting to sponsor the show.
There
We're putting you over.
do you guys have Tim Hortons in the States?
I've never run into one.
might be one somewhere here, but I've never seen it. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Be-
Maybe I
because
wonder if it's like at the border. Maybe.
maybe.
because we got like 500 of them right in Fredericton alone.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. We're
Oh,
more
we've got them
Starbucks
all
people
over the
here.
place.
We
Yeah, a
used to have
couple.
coffee bean. I don't see those so much
Yeah.
anymore. I wonder if coffee bean went under. I don't remember the last time I saw a coffee bean.
I think Coffee Bean's more West Coast,
Oh,
kind of like In-N-Out Burger.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm a West Coast baby. Didn't know.
Yeah. No, we got one that's open all night here, the drive-through. So when I get done working the yay hours in the morning, I can go to the drive-through, and I always get a steep tea. I like steep tea, but did you guys have Timbits and donuts and all that stuff?
We didn't get donuts. Crazy. What are we, Jerry Swirls?
Yeah,
Jerry Swirls would have a donut.
I
I
bet he
know.
would.
I'm sure he would have all of them.
Some of us want to look like wrestlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he says that he can eat all that and still look spectacular. That's what he says.
Yeah, there's medicine for people that delusional. We can give them a 1-800 number to call.
I now did you have post do you ever have any post-traumatic effects after when he took on your wife in the ring, he did shake his ass in your direction. Do you ever
Did.
have post-traumatic stress over that?
I wakes me up sometimes in the middle of the night that I had to share a building, in a ring with that guy. Yeah. I can still smell him sometimes.
So when are
I
you
think
guys
all
gonna?
of us should get together for Christmas and buy him a shower.
I think so. Yes. There you go.
Exactly. And maybe a razor blade.
Why do you need a haircut?
Sure. We'll use it for that too.
Well, he was speaking of eating, he was eating pizza with garlic on it when he cut his Gangrel promo. So
So
he
you're
says
saying
he's
even when he has to cut a promo, he can't stop eating.
see, there you go.
Insane. If he wasn't running away from all of everyone his whole life, he'd probably be fatter.
You don't see Jerry coming into WWE and winning the Royal Rumble?
I can see him buying a ticket.
So, Ariel, do you still wear frogs on your head out in the parking lots?
Yeah, any opportunity I can get.
Oh, I
I
forgot about
actually
that.
own some frogs. I own 3 frogs.
You own 3 frogs.
I do. They're super cute
In fact,
and fat because I feed them a lot of crickets. But I'm a big animal person. That's like one of the biggest traits I actually got from my mother is I love animals. I have as many as I can.
What pets do
Drives
you
me
have?
crazy.
huh,
Pardon?
What
what's
pets
your
do you
animal
have?
list?
Right now we have 3 frogs. I have a chameleon. I have 3 snakes and 2 cats
And a tortoise.
and a tortoise. Forgot the tortoise.
Wow. Now, I love snakes. I love snakes, What kind of snakes do you have?
We have 2 ball pythons and
A blood
a
python.
blood python.
Oh, nice. Well, they say ball pythons make great pets, so
Yeah, they're the easy. They're the
They're
kid
cute.
snake.
They look like a
Yeah.
Disney character.
Yeah.
They're fancy colors and they're like fancy snakes.
they say
Unless they're a snake person, in which case everyone looks at you like you're a kid, like, oh, you got the starter snake. Like, sorry, I don't have a cobra, you waggo.
they say that king snakes are supposed to be good pets, corn snakes are supposed to be good pets,
They're pretty.
and various rat snakes as well. So, yeah. Um, my nephew has a boa constrictor as well, so but boas don't get as big as the pythons and the anacondas. Of course, anacondas
I
are
wouldn't want one that
illegal.
big.
Yeah, they get very big.
Anacondas are
I don't want
illegal.
one that I can't win in a fight.
Mhm.
Yeah. But ball pythons don't grow to be huge, so I mean, yeah,
Exactly. They're like the perfect size.
They max out at 6 foot.
Yeah, I can win that.
Yeah.
well,
For
I
sure.
was a big I still do. I love Jake the Snake Roberts, and I always loved it when he put that snake on his opponents.
Mhm.
But your dad wasn't a fan of snakes.
I think that might be the only thing I've ever seen my dad be afraid of is snakes. I remember he shot a movie in Indonesia and they had a scene where he was gonna hit the ground and look and he like picks his head up off the dirt and there's a snake right there in his face. And they had to shoot that scene something like 30 times because he was so quick to move that they couldn't catch it on camera because he didn't want to fucking do the scene.
Oh,
And so they
wow.
kept making him do that, like, Roddy, you gotta slow down, where you're going too quick, you gotta slow down. And he's like the amount of like mental math that must have took him to shoot it all, because I've seen how he reacts to snakes not on camera, which is very horrific. There was some murdering of snakes in my childhood that I saw like outside before, but apparently he thought gardener snakes were a real threat to the household. But yeah, it's like the only animal, we could have anything growing up. We could have ponies. If I wanted a tiger, I'm sure he would have found a way. But my God, snakes were not even up for debate.
Oh, wow. Because they say that snakes are great for the environment because they kill a lot. I read this online. They kill more pests and rodents than birds of prey and cats.
That's surprising because cats are murderous bastards.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I'm surprised and especially because snakes don't eat nearly as often as cats. That statistic shocks me.
Hmm.
Yep.
But go
Well, Yeah, but apparently they're expert hunters and this and that. But I don't know why your dad was afraid of garter snakes. They are harmless.
It's just the snake itself. I have this like vivid memory of him and like two of his buddies just destroying a tiny gardener snake and then throwing it to the dogs as a kid. And I was like, it's a bit of an overreaction, but okay.
Oh,
I know.
yeah, yeah. No, I know in this we don't have poisonous snakes here. We have garter snakes, but I know in the States they have 4 species of snake in this snake and poisonous snake in the States. Got rattlesnakes there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Copperhead.
You got
copperheads,
the water. What are the water ones?
water
Moccasin.
moccasin, and one cobra related, which is the coral snake.
Oh yeah. Oh, we ran into one of those
We did.
in Florida. It was dead, but we saw it on the road, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's a coral snake!"
Mm-hmm.
And then
Or
I like took a picture and showed everybody, and they're like, "Holy shit, where'd you see this?" I'm like, "In your neighborhood, where your children play."
well,
Because I like to see them play.
they're a gorgeous looking snake. Well, was it a coral snake or a scarlet king snake?
It was a coral
Coral.
snake.
Yeah, because coral snakes had the black heads, but
Mhm.
I think it's
Yeah,
something to do
no,
with
we
the
all
way.
went straight to Google. It was definitely a coral snake.
Oh
It was
wow,
a small one, probably a baby one, but
Yeah.
they got beautiful bands on them. I'll say that coral snakes do.
yeah, they are
Yeah,
beautiful.
but we don't have anything like that. But the only thing vicious I see around here, if you can call it vicious, raccoons invading the dumpsters outside, and
I
well,
love raccoons. They're
they don't
so
they don't bother me.
Yeah.
oh garbage.
They invade the dumpster. I say,
Mhm.
hey, you want some cat litter?
My grandma had a raccoon for years growing up.
There
It
you
was so
go.
cute.
There you go. But nonetheless, you got three snakes and wow, the frog. Now the
Tortoise.
frog,
Yeah,
how big's a tortoise?
it's still young. It's maybe like this big. It's not. It's only a year old, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, last Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't see them very often here, but when I used to work at our family's water spring water plant, I was driving home one day and I saw something in the middle of the road. And I was like, is that what I think it is? And I got out of my car and it was a pretty big tortoise. And I moved it off the road. He was alive. He was making his trek across there. But we don't see
We'll
them
run
often.
into
But
those water turtles. What are they called?
Uh, I don't know.
In Florida, there's like turtles that live in the water. I don't know what they're called, but they'll cross the street a lot, and they're pretty big.
Yeah.
They
you
get
see
really
al
grumpy when you touch them.
you see alligators there.
Yes, you have.
I will go on alligator hunts where I'll try to find them because I think it's so cool that there's dinosaurs here in Florida. It's
Yeah.
hard to find them though, but I've seen them.
You wrestle them.
I would. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Crazy.
Then I'll be a full Floridian.
Very
Start once you gator wrestle. I think that's the inauguration, right?
Uh-huh.
You could be just like Outback Jack,
Yeah, I'll be full Floridian.
except you'll have more teeth than him.
It's also very true.
So, how is the family doing? How's Colt?
Oh, he's good, man. He's just living the family life, living a quiet life. Um, he's not really doing too much other than that.
Okay. Yeah,
And the
yeah.
rest of the family's great. My sisters both have big families and their own lives. We all live in different states, nowhere near each other, but we talk a lot and try to see each other when we can.
You mean your sisters, the ones with all the Disney princess names?
Anastasia and Fallon, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're just busy being moms and working and all that stuff, but we talk a lot on the phone. So Technology always helps distance.
Mm-hmm.
How's your
They all think
mom
I'm
doing?
crazy. My mom's all right. All right. She's back up in Oregon. I don't think it's been years and I think she still just doesn't know, losing her partner in life. I think she still feels pretty lost, but she's spending a lot of time with family and helping, take care of my grandparents. And so I think that, helps give her purpose and stuff at this stage in her life. And being a grandma, she's loving doing that. She loves being a grandma.
There you go. Did your mom have, because I know I mentioned this to you and Colt, and I think you guys really loved the bout your dad had with Bret Hart at WrestleMania 8. But does your mom have a favorite Roddy Piper bout?
Jeez, I've never asked her. I know, from my mom's perspective, you have to remember she's a very not from that world person. Like they were very opposite. So she was very, she doesn't like attention. She doesn't like camera stuff. She's very country. So like I think the things that were fun to her were memories she could share with him. And that there was a promo he did before WWF existed, I believe, where he's in the back of a blue pickup truck. And I think he got a noose out. And I don't remember who he's cut a promo on, but it's on YouTube. You can check it out. It's one of his old ones. And I think that things like that were her favorite memories because she was lying down in the back of the truck while he's standing above her shooting this promo, holding on to their little dog, And I think, share any memories she shared with him. I think she just had so much fun and they were so young and in love. I think that those are her favorite moments.
So she wasn't going to do an Elizabeth and come to the ring with him.
You could barely get my mom to stand in a photo. Like she wants no attention.
Well,
She's very happy to stay out of the spotlight.
Well, they did get her on camera when they did the wife swap thing there with
Not easy. It was not easy.
Oh, she gave in to the charm of Ric Flair.
We always joke with her and my dad and everyone because they're like, "Mom, you stole the episode. You were the best part of the whole episode." Because she really had to get talked into doing that, and it took a lot of bravery for her because she just doesn't find that kind of stuff enjoyable. Like, being on camera, it's just not her thing. So like, everyone teased her when it was done. I was like, you did a great job. You were the best part of the whole episode was just you were the best part. So we try to build her up with that. So she did good. She did good.
My favorite part was Ric Flair trying to go out in public with that stupid disguise on. I'm like really, who's he fooling with that fake mustache?
That's so funny. I think sometimes those wrestlers, man, they don't even like. I remember how many times because my dad, his gear was also his uniform in life. He was a man of few things. He traveled with his leather jacket and his hat and his hot rod shirt and his sunglasses and I have memories of him just standing around, trying to stay small and getting irritated that people were bothering him on a day he didn't want to be noticed. I just remember looking at him like, you're wearing a hot rod shirt and your jacket right now, right? Like it didn't even occur to him because he just is used to, and he was like, "Oh, I guess you're right." Yeah, they're gonna notice. They're gonna be like, that looks like the guy he's wearing a shirt. So I think sometimes they don't even realize, they're just so used to being them, they don't realize how much they stand there. It's obvious.
Well, I got a couple. Yeah. Well, I got a couple of your autographed pictures I got through you, and I got your book signed by you and Colt, so I got that here. And but I have still, and I've said this I am so slow on this because it's like when I'm not doing this, I'm either working or sleeping, so yeah. But eventually I have got to I want to order two things. I want to get a Roddy Piper t-shirt, and I would love to get your teal shirt. I love the colors.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought you wore it yesterday.
Gorgeous.
I pick out his clothes for the day, and sometimes when I'm feeling sassy, I'll be like, "You're wearing my t-shirt today."
Like you're
Pick
wearing
out
mine
his.
I'm wearing this right now.
right now.
Oh, there you go. But
Yeah,
I love the colors on that.
thank you. It's on Pro Wrestling Tees. If you go to Pro Wrestling Tees, my shirt's on there. And
Okay.
then the Roddy shirts, I think they sell them at WWE.com
Yeah.
or Pro Wrestling Tees. And then there's also rootsoffight.com. We just launched a whole um clothing line of Roddy Piper, like new clothes, really nice clothes. They focus on, well, what they say they are, roots of fight. Like they focus on like the legends and of like these sports, and they're branching out into social figures as well. But they have some really cool stuff there too. You've got to check out.
And Canada based.
And they're Canada based.
Canada based. Well,
Roots of Fight.
I would like to purchase them so that you guys get supported.
Well, that is
That's
supporting
very
us. Thank
kind.
you.
Yes, yes.
Yep, that's how I prefer to do it. But nonetheless, I know I've been saying that for a while. It's just, getting around to it. I just I had Lisa Danielle, who was of course a wrestler. She was in one of Randy Savage's valets in Spider-Man. When I think she wrestled under the name, was it Bronco Billy? I don't remember, but I finally, after a year, got her to send some signed stuff to me, and I paid her for them. But she sent me a doll figure of her as well, so I was like, cool. When do you go get action figures?
I don't know, but actually he's got some slam buddies, if you know what those are. They're like the plush dolls.
Well, I know
And
about
I'm
Damo.
actually thinking of getting my own made soon.
I know Damos has slam buddies. I saw his Jerry Swirls collection.
That's great.
Does Jerry have, well, no, I wouldn't be surprised. But so I'll probably come out with those probably this year.
Yeah, actually,
So
yeah.
so we're
Yeah,
gonna
we're
we're
talking
gonna
about that.
we're gonna see a teal flushy.
Oh yeah.
Yep, we are.
When are we
I've been
going to
meaning
get?
to.
When are we going to
Pardon?
get? When are we going to get the plastic action figure?
Working on it.
Working on it. Working on it. Honestly, like I kind of need to step up my merch game a little bit because I've just been so focused on the other side of it, of things and training and wrestling, that so that's on our agenda this year, is to come out with more merch.
Yeah. Speaking of tag team wrestling, here's my tag team partner.
Oh, is that Skittles?
That's Skittles.
Oh my God, he's so cute.
Guy Skittles. Skittles says, "You're embarrassing me. You're using me for
Oh,
hits."
it's
I'm like, "Yeah, you're
working.
you're staying here for free. You're not even." Yeah, he's a lazy kitty.
He's so cute. He's like, I don't want to be on this.
No, he does not. He gets embarrassed. Are you embarrassed, kitty?
He's just like, my cat's trying to run away from my voice.
Yeah. Are you a fan of House of Heathens?
He's
Yeah.
like, I should be so lucky to have him as a fan.
Yeah, he's my buddy. He doesn't
That's
even run
cute.
away. He gets back over here and rubs against my finger.
Very cat-like of him.
Yeah, I love my kitty. My cat has a strange habit when I sleep. He sleeps on, and I don't know why, he sleeps on my left thigh.
Okay.
I don't know why. He'll get up on my stomach and he'll turn around and he'll crouch down on my left thigh.
Creature of
And
habit. He must have
and
decided he
that's
liked it one day, and that's now his recliner.
well, it's kind of weird if I have to turn on my side, it makes it a little
I mean, you
difficult.
can't commit cats for me. You just got to deal with it.
Yeah. So, do your cats have preference places they sleep? Do any of them sleep on top of you?
They don't really have a preference. They just mostly like to drive him crazy and try to steal his food.
Yeah.
But as far as like they'll sleep anywhere. They don't really have a specific place. They're just happy. One's a little bit more sweet than the other one. The other one
There you
plays with
go.
my emotions more.
There you go. There you go. So, you two have for 2024, do you guys have dream opponents?
Opponents.
Hmm. Well, do you?
There's several people I'd like to work with. I would love to have a match with Zoe Stark. I would love to have a match with Xylee. I think that those are two people that I would very much love to work with. Um, Also, and I think I said last year, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, obviously any woman wrestler would love to challenge themselves with people like that.
Yeah.
What about you?
Uh,
Other than me,
uh,
if you could win.
After seeing his return, I wouldn't mind working a great program with Orton.
Yeah,
Thought you were
I
going
would.
to say CM Punk.
Well, maybe. I think the House of Heathens versus CM Punk would be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, CM Punk has been making the news, but
That's what he does.
I personally I like CM Punk and I kind of understand his point of view there, but I hope he makes it work because you don't want to burn too many bridges, although I don't think that whole thing of AEW, I don't think that was all his fault either, but nonetheless, I won't get too far. I listen to a lot of Jim Cornette, so
I love Jim Cornette.
He's a smart man.
If Jim Cornette gave me shit all over a match of mine, I would be like, yes, sir, I'll do better. You know what I mean? He's one of those people where if you disagree, you're probably the one that's wrong. You should probably just take the advice. So like I listen to his podcast all the time.
Jim Cornette should
Absolutely.
run for president.
He should.
Mm-hmm.
I would vote for finally.
I would, you know what? Better than candidates I've seen in the last couple days.
There you go. No, I listen to Jim all. I can't listen to Vince Russo. He,
Most people
but
can't.
yeah, but I listen to Jim Cornette as often as I can. I love he calls Kenny Omega
Twinkle
uh
toes.
Twinkle Toes McFinger Bang.
Yeah.
There's a Conan.
Conan and
Yeah.
Disco are good ones.
Yeah, we like that podcast too. We'll check it out. It's a good one.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, so where was I going with this? Because when I was asking you about the who you're gonna wrestle. Shoot. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I know what I was gonna say. Are you gonna wrestle Wendy Richter? You go bring her out of retirement and wrestle Wendy.
You know what? If someone books the match, I would love to.
Have you ever met Wendy?
I don't believe I have. If so, it would have been in passing.
I have.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you have.
Yeah.
You've met everybody in the world.
Yeah.
He's like, I have. I'm like, yeah. Who haven't you met?
Yeah.
I've heard so many great things about her from Princess Victoria, who
Yeah.
I've had on here a number of times, spoke about you in her book.
I feel so honored.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I actually got an autographed picture this year from because she was doing something online and she private messaged me about it that she was doing with Velvet McIntyre. Velvet's got an issue with her hearing. That's why I've never been able to have her on here. But that was how I connected with Princess Victoria, was I was looking for Velvet. And I'll tell you, some of the finest female wrestling I've seen is Princess Victoria and Velvet McIntyre in the ring. Those two, they were ahead of their time, the stuff they did
For
in the
sure.
ring.
For
Yeah,
sure. And some of the, those women, especially back then, and they were cut out of something special.
yeah.
Like
So
that's intense.
I got an autographed picture of them both, so that was awesome. But she Princess Victoria doesn't think much of Vince McMahon or the Fabulous Moolah, or Hulk Hogan. Those are three.
Did we lose you?
You don't like any of them, which means for Christmas, for the love of God, do not watch Santa with muscles. Don't put that on the Christmas roster for viewing.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, now I'm gonna Google what Santa with muscles.
Hulk Hogan movie. That's
Uh,
enough said.
Gotcha.
However, I am going to pitch this though. When are we going to get Blu-ray 4K
Never,
and
never.
and 3D of Psycho Sleepover? When are we going to get it? And when are we going to get a sequel to it? Because it is in demand.
Not gonna lie, it's not likely.
Oh, come
some
on.
some arts can't recreate.
It's just gonna be a cult classic.
It was a blast to shoot though.
Yeah, you're the only one I seen get a knife in the back of the head and just a sudden interest of boys coming over to the party. Oh,
You know, some movies are written by men to be played by women,
uh-huh.
and it's obvious in the
Yeah.
writing. But it was
Yeah.
fun getting to like do all the death scenes and murder scenes, and it was just a stupid fun movie to shoot.
Is that your favorite movie, Deimos?
I've never seen it.
I'm not weird like that. I don't make people watch my movies like a freaking narcissist.
Why not? I make people watch Psycho Sleepover.
I bet you do.
I make everybody. I demand it.
I live a Psycho Sleepover every night.
It's true. He gets every morning he wakes up, he's shocked he made it through another night.
That's very
He
true.
thought that was the night.
It's the night.
That was the night he was gonna wake up with me, be like,
Yep.
Question, Deimos.
I let him know.
How loud does Teal snore?
With this schnoz,
It rivals jet engines.
the more tired I am, the louder I am.
Yeah.
Like I almost like if I'm exhausted, I'm like, I'm probably gonna snore tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
If I'm like well rested, I don't snore. Really.
That's why I got high decibel earplugs. So I'm good.
Mhm.
Actually, I got a CPAP machine. That's how bad I am with it, and I didn't know till somebody told me.
Oh.
I didn't used to snore. I feel like I broke my nose in wrestling, and ever since then, now I snore. Well, I broke my nose twice in 1 year.
Why did you break your nose in wrestling? What did you say to Jerry Swirl to make that happen?
No, I'm sorry. Man-sized people break my nose in wrestling, or women. But the first time was in training, just a training accident. Miscommunication, and then the second time I got kicked in the face. So that was fun. And it was great because I was trying not to like make a big deal of it. But then I had to like get on a flight and then go wrestle another show. So the whole time he was like, he worries about me as my coach, the whole time he's like, you gotta protect your face this match tonight because your nose is broken, and if they move, it's gonna go to the side if it gets even touched at all. So the whole theme of that match that night was me trying not to get hit in the face. But I got through it. It was a year breaking my nose a lot, and now I'm snore, I guess.
Who were you wrestling that night?
Which night?
I
One
don't
where
remember.
you're trying to protect your face. That must have been.
The one where I was trying to protect my
Tommy
face.
Dreamer,
Yeah.
Alicia Edwards. It was a mixed tag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the one after my nose was broken. I just got there, so I was trying really hard to like not do anything dumb. Which I'm very mad. Like I get into shit, so sometimes I'm a little bit more careless with my body than I should be, which is one of those lessons that he's taught me over the years. It's protect your body better.
So how quick did Tommy Dreamer job to you guys?
No, I was excited. Honestly, I was excited to get to work with him.
Well, he comes from that long line. We lost Terry Funk this year, and of course, Terry Funk is always the guy I think of when I think of hardcore wrestling. And of course,
Hmm.
Terry Funk led to Mick Foley, led to, your Tommy Dreamers and whatnot, and uh Terry, I think, retired more times than your dad did.
That's true.
Shocking.
That's true.
More times than Flair too.
Probably. Oh no,
Oh,
Flair's been
Flair had a bunch of retirements as well. Wow. Flair's trying to come back.
I
Can't
know.
stay
Just
out.
one more match.
There's always one more match.
Well, he wanted to wrestle Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and Ricky Steamboat was like, he turned him down because he said, Flair, you got a pacemaker in. I don't want to be responsible for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he actually is retired and enjoying his life.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Although
he understands he's an old man.
I bet you dollars to donuts. I bet you Steamboat could probably still got one there.
He could,
He
but do
would
you know
try.
why? Is because he was smart with his body by saying no at the
Yeah.
right times.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, people should listen to that.
Have you guys met Steamboat?
I was trained by him
Oh, I thought you were trained by Nikolai Volkov.
and her dad, but when I went to FCW, Ricky Steamboat was one of the head coaches.
Oh, wow. What was that like?
He's still a friend of mine. He's a very smart guy. He taught me a lot of things that I needed to know in the ring.
He really
Steamboat was
did give
always
him.
great to watch. Always great to watch him. Those arm drags, chop off the top rope.
Everyone always talks about his arm drags.
Yep.
Ricky
He's
Steamboat arm drags. Best there's ever been, I guess.
Oh, I agree. I agree. Like even when he wrestled Chris Jericho, like the arm
Yeah.
drag and going over the top rope, he was the first one I seen to hang on and then come back over.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
incredible. Like
And
what a career.
yeah. Have you guys met Jake the Snake?
Oh yeah.
I did a short promo with him for the women's battle royal for AEW when I did that first pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Nobody did a DDT better than Jake. I like how he did the DDT.
Well, he did
Good.
invent it.
Yeah. Yeah. Jake's somebody I like to watch. And of course, another person we lost this year, and I felt so bad because I thought of you when it happened because what we're losing that dream of having that duet between you and the Iron Sheik.
Yeah, yeah. That's it's very it's always so tragic when you see, these bigger than life people pass, for
Oh yeah.
sure.
Did you see uh the video where Sergeant Slaughter talked about working with the Iron Sheik? I had no like you see these people feuding back and forth, and sitting back, you get so into the storyline, like they had the famous boot camp match, and to hear Slaughter talk about the Iron Sheik, like how much he just loved him, and I was like, wow.
Yeah. But
Yeah. He
I,
was the real deal. He
I
was
know
the
you.
original Kurt Angle.
There you go. There you go. Now they've got nobody that can put Jerry Swirls in the camel clutch and make him humble. Now you guys are going to have to make Jerry humble.
Oh God, no, no. You can't humble someone who's not smart enough to know it. Can't. It's possible.
So when are you guys going off to visit your families for Christmas?
well, we just visited his side of the family for Thanksgiving, and we're going to mine on the 21st.
Yeah.
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 Now I've
So
never been to Oregon. I've interviewed a few people from there, but never been there. So you'll have to school me on this. You guys gonna have snow there?
it is maybe a 30% chance. Like it could happen, but not every year. So it's cold and rainy there, and you get a little bit of snow here and there.
You see, where I just got my passport, one thing I'm hearing, especially about to California, is how they know when Canadians get off that flight because they're underdressed in what they consider cold.
Yep.
I have a guest I talked to out of California, and when she talks about it being cold, I laugh at her. I'm like, really? You call
Yeah.
that cold? That's t-shirt weather here.
Dude, now that I've lived in both LA and Florida for so long, I lost any ability to deal with the cold. Like the second I land in those colder states, I'm just dying. If it's below 65, I'm freezing my ass off anymore.
Really?
Oh,
We
yeah.
we don't see 65 a lot here.
I've been living in the heat too long. Now I'm not like used to it. But I do have to get going because I actually don't have my phone right now because I smashed it. And
Why?
so I don't know because I'm me, I guess.
Just
Same
grab
Don't
it.
reason I
hit
smash people.
don't
So I
hit
guess
Jerry Swirls with your phone.
don't be so easy to hit.
Yeah.
So I gotta go get it before they close out of the store that is supposedly fixing it for me right now. Ow.
Well, you know what? It's always wonderful to have you two come on here,
Absolutely.
Thank you. We always
and
have fun seeing you,
I'll have you
chatting.
back on next year as well. I'm
Please
always
do.
happy.
Looking forward to it.
And maybe I'll get you a Christmas Carol this year. I'll let you know
Uh,
if I can get him to sing.
maybe.
I
There
bet
we
he's got a
go.
beautiful voice,
I do.
a nice soprano voice.
I do.
There you go. Well, before I let you go, I'd love a plug for my show, of course.
Of course.
Absolutely. What do you want us to say?
Just state your names and say you're listening to Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise.
All right. Hi, I'm Teal Piper, and this is Deimos from House of Heathens, and you are listening to Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise.
Absolutely, absolutely, and of course, we love Roddy Piper as well. We're keeping his memory alive, and we're keeping Jerry Swirl's memory alive too.
Eh.
Ah, gosh.
Look, it's an honor to have you guys on here again, and like I said, I'm glad we're able to stay in touch. So
Thank you.
yeah. So like I said, if you guys ever have anything to promote or anything, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm always
I
happy to do it.
appreciate it.
Absolutely. We will
Absolutely.
probably have some things to promote coming up here very soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. God bless you both. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And may you have more championship titles in 2024.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
All right.
man.
Thank you so much.
Have a great Christmas. Happy New Year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. God bless. Look at
God
your
bless.
toes. Oh, it's your hand.